All right. Hello. How are we doing? My name is Rachel Feldman. If you have been with me, we have been talking about how to build healthy businesses online and offline. I work with health coaches because I was a health coach. I now am a business coach for health coaches, wellness practitioners, fitness coaches, anyone in the health and wellness business who is ready to build a sustainable practice. So what are we going to talk about today? We're going to talk about how to make 5K. Let me just grab my calculator. How to make $5,000 selling a do-it-yourself program. Now, I just want to talk about programs in general. A lot of people think that programs have to be online, and they do not. One of the foundations of my business, and I talk about this all the time, was working offline. And so if you are thinking about even a do-it-yourself program, there can be components where you are offering still one-on-one, services with that do-it-yourself. So my sales pages were always with two options. I like to offer a do-it-yourself program. So I had the do-it-yourself program maybe at let me just take out a pen so we make sure that we map this out properly. I like to have my do-it-yourself programs, and you can see all our programs at www.yourhealthcoachbiz.com. And we are doing our cyber savings. So this is where you get to double dip, and that means that you actually get to save 30%. So if you have been on the fence, or you bought a program and you've been looking at another, and you also now get to get the second round of bonuses, then you want to look because they are awesome. Not only is the first round, but now we're hitting you with the second round. So my do-it-yourself, I like to have do-it-yourselves. I mean, everyone is a little different, but I feel like do-it-yourselves, unless you are adding, videos, or you're adding extra bonuses like essential oils or an extra master class, or there's something extra special to bring it up to a higher number like 87 or 97. I like to see do-it-yourselves between 47 and 57, 67. So if we have a do-it-yourself at 47 to 67, you can also have another option on that same sales page. So one option is the do-it-yourself. Second option is the do-it-yourself plus the one-on-one. See right here? I know you see that backwards, but if you have those two options, that one-on-one, and I'll just price right now, let's just say that your one-on-one is $150. I'm going to price you out two ways. If you're saying that you need to, launch in a season, and the difference between a do-it-yourself is you have a designated kickoff date. That is going to be your open cart. So maybe you're opening your cart in, solstice, which would be September 21st. Maybe you're doing one ends of September or the beginning of October, or maybe it's right after, Halloween, or the beginning of November. These are really great times in that autumn fall season before we get into New Year's and, Valentine's Day, and before everyone goes off for spring break. So you always need to plan out your health coaching business based on the holidays and based on what's happening in the world with people. So you have your open cart. Even if you have a do-it-yourself and that is going to be on your site all season, you still want to think about your dates. This is what I talk about in Launch School, which you can also see under the business courses at yourhealthcoachbiz.com. So we have our open date, our open cart. Maybe that's 2 weeks where that is your hard push. That means that is where maybe some bonuses. Maybe if somebody buys, you know, I used to give somebody an essential oil if they bought in the first 7 days or the first 72 hours. This is just that extra goodie. Or maybe you're adding like, you know, an extra gift, like an extra opt-in freebie or an extra lead magnet kind of sweet, small program to that do-it-yourself. A typical do-it-yourself program is between 4 days to 21. Those are most of those self-paced programs that are easy for someone to follow, unless you are taking some of our programs like Sugar or Gut, 21-day reset your life in 21 days, Revitalize, and putting people into a large forum and then doing, so they're doing it self-paced, but you're going in and maybe like every 2 weeks doing a live stream. So it's still self-paced, but you're supporting. Maybe you have a Friday office hours where people are asking you questions. All different ways to do it yourself. Of course, that 47 to 67 price, or maybe 77, would be a 14-day. I would, of course, price that differently if they're higher. And remember, with pricing really comes down to strategy. There's all different pricing. I've seen coaches go lower because they were feeding, like we talked the other day, on upsells. So you have to really look at your pricing as your strategy. What is the end win? What is the goal? Is the goal to bring them to your one-on-one, and you're using that do-it-yourself as really the lead magnet to bring them to your one-on-one? So you always want to ask yourself, what is the end win? What is the goal? So then you reverse engineer into what do you need to sell for that price. The other option is the do-it-yourself plus the one-on-one, and we'll get to that. So maybe you have your open cart and you have the 2 weeks of the push. You're not closing cart, but that's still going to be the time that you're pushing to get people to your do-it-yourself that is all season. You probably are going to have another push, because once things die down a little, a month later, we're going to come for kind of a second open cart. And that might be with a webinar or a live stream or a giveaway or a challenge leading into another push for your do-it-yourself. So if we take the price, and let's just land on 57. If we take the price at 57, we need 90, 57 times 87. We need pretty much 88 people to come at 57. Now just remember, with your do-it-yourself, that's over a whole season. So if you think, can you get 88 people at 57? And remember, a do-it-yourself can also be a self-paced program that can be a do-it-yourself combined with a cooking class. Hint, hint. A do-it-yourself combined with an educational 2-hour essential oil class. A do-it-yourself combined with a 2-hour educational event. A 2-hour shopping tour combined with a do-it-yourself. The do-it-yourself doesn't just have to be a standalone program sitting on your page. I personally think it's more enticing to have those extra opportunities. Why? And this is where I think that health coaches, we have to start thinking really about community and education. If somebody, is coming to your page and they just say, okay, well, I can have a self-paced program at 57, or could I have a 2-hour class? I guarantee you, out of the people coming to a class or shopping tour or essential oils or a product or anything, they're going to want to buy that from you. There could possibly even be an upsell. Maybe even because that's a class included, I would sell that at 87 or even 97. So let's play out that option 3. That's a 2-hour class at 97, maybe even a 3-hour class. 50 people. So if you did that twice with 25, or 3 times You would need pretty much 16 to 17 people at each class. That's 3 times in 3 months. So that's 1 class. So imagine a cooking class, maybe 1 time, and they're on different subjects, and you are offering your program. Please drop a yes, I can, if you're watching this on Facebook, if that is doable. Because too often we buy a program and we feel overwhelmed, right? And then we don't do anything. Instead of thinking about our program and thinking about, wow, easy weight loss would be great to do this, the detox, grain-free, many of you who do raw, like these are all easy programs to implement into this. Even sugar. I mean, you could have a do-it-yourself where you're selling even at a higher price and you're offering these extra classes. Third option, the do-it-yourself plus. So we take the 150 and we include 57 at 207. You need 20 you need 25 people to do option 2. The reason that I use my calculator so much is that you can't figure out what you need to do in your business if you're not using calculations. It was something that I didn't do in year 1 and 2 of my business, and it was a grave mistake because I didn't know what I needed to make. I didn't know how many clients I needed to have to get to the numbers that I financially needed to get to have a thriving business. So I encourage you to think about option 1, 2, and 3. I encourage you also to think about, where do you really thrive in your business? Is it online or offline? I talk to coaches all the time and I say to them, what do you really love about coaching? And they say, I love teaching, and by nature I'm an educator. So I tell them, then do that. And they say, oh, I love cooking. And I say, okay, then let's do that. You have to find what you really love. Instead of replicating what somebody else is doing, and maybe that's not working for you, really dive deep into what you really thrive doing, and then bring that into your health coaching business. And I promise you, you have much more success doing that than focusing on something that maybe does not work and then feeling like a failure. If you have launched a program and people have not come, I guarantee you have not told the story enough on why people should join you, or you have not spent enough time pre-marketing, which is often biggest mishap that I see. All right, last but not least, we are running the double dip savings right now. That means that you can apply even 2 15% coupons. You will see this in the post here. I also encourage you to go to www.yourhealthcoachbiz.com. If you are not on my mailing list, please go. You should, because we send out so much high value content. I know in this today's world, we do not open emails. Trust me. I have 2 kids. I have a busy life, self-care for my own health issues, for my life. And I know stuff can get busy, but I also know that, you want to save time and you want to save money. Those are really the 2 biggest things for any business owner, anyone in the world. And I want to help you do that. And if you're like me, or you're like any other coach I know, we don't have time to create courses. We don't, we're busy just trying to take care of our own life, and we're busy just trying to figure out our business. So that's where I come in. And I wish that was not the case, but I remember trying to craft my own course, and it took me 100 hours, and I didn't even come out of my office. And I wish I could go back in time, because that was a lot of time I spent away from my family and working on my business. So I encourage you, if you're an essential oil user, look at the essential oil course and the email funnel. I'm going to be implementing that into my business and my upline is really excited. If you are looking at the adrenal fatigue program, the gut program, the mindset program, if you need to talk to me, please do not hesitate to reach out. There can be so much confusion sometimes, and how do we craft our business, our sales funnel for a new coach, an existing coach, rebranding? What do we need to have on our site versus what should not be there, versus what do we need to have to pitch to doctors, chiropractors, all that kind of stuff. So I want to be here to help, to be of service to you. I don't like coaches who buy programs from me and then they don't do anything, or it doesn't feel in alignment with what they need. That should not happen. That happened to me once, and it was the reason that I said at that moment, one day I will create done-free programs. And, you know, that's where we are today. So it has been a pleasure to be here with you. I hope you have a blessed weekend. My name is Rachel Feldman, and it's just always an honor to be here supporting you guys in your business, in your body, in your health, everything. I look forward to seeing you in the forum, and that is it. If you are interested in our niche specific systems or VIP, they already have a 15% discount on every program listed. So with that being said, we love you. We look forward to supporting you. And that is about all. Have a great, great day.